have you ever been confronted or in a situation where someone that you were working with is pushing the envelope of maybe something that's political that you felt uncomfortable with and you didn't want to address? Or could you talk a little bit about any experience you've had, if any, in that regard?
Well, I don't think I've had a moment in the studio where anybody was pushing things beyond my comfort level. But the first thing that comes to mind when you asked me that question is a more personal experience. I was traveling in 2010. I spent 2.5 weeks in Berlin, London, and Paris with Harry Belafonte. He was researching a film documentary he wanted to make about violence and about the hip-hop community getting co-opted most particularly. And we were sitting up late one night in a hotel bar in Berlin, a bunch of people at a table, and I'm thinking I'm having a very private conversation with his daughter Gina at the end of the table. And I made some comment to her about the fact that I didn't, at that point, allow overt political content to enter a song I was writing. I didn't think it worked. I thought it, you know, if it was too contemporary, if it was too topical, then very much like what we're talking about right now, it gets nailed to the floor and becomes not flexible enough to be really useful in a timeless sort of way. And Harry, down at the end of the table, stops all conversation and rakes me out in front of everybody for thinking I was allowed to beg off.
Dude, can we just pause for a moment about a 90-year-old guy with that kind of hearing?
Yeah, I gave that a good bit of thought. And the fact
I don't have that kind of hearing.
The fact that he speaks in this papery whisper that everybody hears. And he just, you know, he challenged me that, he said, look, I wanted to be a writer and I'm not one. You are one. And this is not okay. He said, personally, I don't give a fuck what you mean to say. It's what your song means to say that I care about. And if you're tamping it down, and personally, I think you're doing it because you don't think it looks cool on you. And it's too late in the game, my brother, for you to worry about whether you look cool.